Everyone, welcome to the subtlecook.com YouTube channel. Today we're going to be looking at the Bayou Classic 1124 24-quart stainless stock pot with basket review. A pot of stock is designed to make stock. What stock is that? In other words, the stock is the basis for stews and soups. The marinade is no bones, there are bones in stock. A healthy stock container is built for quick heating, long and even cooking. For example, it should be sufficiently large to cover a whole pork belly and lots of vegetables with space to spare. Stock pots might, or not, serve twofold obligation as a pot for preparing stews. The integral components will be how a lot of capacity and spending you need to dedicate to cookware and what you intend to utilize the pot for. The basic distinction is the material the pot is made of, and particularly the bottom of the pot. A Dutch stove is overwhelming and utilized for long braises in the broiler. We'll cover those on one more day. A stew pot on a stronger base that warms equitably so a husky soup or brew won't consume as effectively. As the stock pot is ordinarily intended for a higher fluid substance, the base can be more slender and the element lighter. When all is said and done, however, go with the heavier, best element you can manage. Decide if you want to utilize your saucepan for goods, soups, sauces, salsa most often, and this will help you decide what kind of soup pot to buy. In case you're short, tall is additionally awkward. We need to make our lives in the kitchen simpler, not harder. Additionally, in case you're thinking about a tall pot, envision the warm source at the base and how unique the highest point of the pot and the base of the pot will warm. Envision remaining at your stove and blending or getting and pouring the substance of the pot. Pick a stock pot that has the volume you want and the shape that works for you. Some of them have a flattened base, kind of eggplant molded. I don't have the foggiest idea whether it implies to have any advantage, yet it unquestionably will take more space to store. Go straight side, particularly in the event that you don't have gobs of additional room. In like manner, you will discover oval pots in numerous lines. I think that it is hard to get in any event, warming start to finish since my burner isn't oval molded. Regardless of whether you like making smooth soups, slow cooking healthy stews, or preparing pasta for Sunday family supper, your kitchen can utilize a liberally measured stock pot. That is on the grounds that a stock pot is an incredibly adaptable bit of cookware. You can utilize it for bubbling fluid-based plans. However, it additionally functions admirably for steaming, searing, braising, and simmering. It can deal with such a significant number of various cooking undertakings, since it is enormous enough to hold a lot of nourishment, warms rapidly, and can be utilized to stew your fixings uniformly for extensive stretches of time. The cookware assortment simply is not finished without a stock pot to balance it. Aluminium, which is a steel or aluminium base that is secured with veneer to fortify it and increment its warmth resistance. These stock pots are accessible in a wide scope of hues, so they're normally the most ornamental choice. Compound material, which is a mix of tempered steel and aluminium. An aluminium base is encased inside a few layers of hardened steel, so you have a pot that behaves heat well but on the other hand, is very strong. Cover, you certainly need the choice of covering your stock pot, so consistently pick a model that incorporates a top. The top should fit cozily on the pot to keep the warmth inside. A few covers are produced using a similar material as the pot itself, while others highlight treated glass to enable you to see within. Both function admirably, however, glass covers can break effectively. Narrow's classic stock pots are most loved with online customers, and they unquestionably fill a market specialty. Famous with brewers and cooks the same, these enormous young men are useful for bubbling huge limit fluids like fish bubbles, stock, fresh corn, and lager. Indeed, the hardened steel is meager and you wouldn't have any desire to cook whatever may sear in these. However, as a bubble pot they give great incentive at the cost tag. Once more, these are perfect for the individuals who can take these huge pots outside to use on a propane burner. As far as development, numerous stock pots are manufactured with hardened steel, aluminium, cast iron, or hard anodized aluminium. Hardened steel is lightweight and moderately modest, yet it tends to be harder to tidy up. Copper warms up rapidly and equally, however, is commonly expensive. The upside of anodized aluminium is that it's tougher than standard aluminium. In any case, a hard anodized surface frequently should be cleaned by hand. Bayou's classic stock pot cleaned reflect finish gives the stock pot a work of art and classy touch. Different highlights incorporate a self-treating cover that secures dampness and warmth alongside agreeable handles. This stock pot is dishwasher safe. Its exact temperature control settles on this stockpot, a particularly strong decision for making sensitive sauces. Beside high sides, which prevent fluid from vanishing too rapidly, the stockpot additionally accompanies a wide base for cooking elements.